Are these whistleblowers heroes?
I think the different word for me is necessary.
Okay.
I don't know if I feel comfortable saying heroes or not. There may be. I mean, for somebody that's exposing this stuff, they're sitting there saying they are heroes. But it's very easy in a situation like this to blame everything on Zuck and Dorsey. It's very easy to do that. For us, it's all Zuckerberg's fault. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, fine. Yeah, there's some responsibility on the guy at the top, which is what? Everything rises and falls on leadership? Fine. Yes, got it. And then there's some responsibility on the leadership team that knows about this, what they're doing about it. My only concern is if this thing gets to the government, if the government controls that button, you don't want that.
No.
I can guarantee you don't want that.
Nope.
Look, an insurance company that we're doing business with back in the days, Aviva. I don't know if you remember Aviva or not.
course.
Back in 2007, 2006, they were the #1 insurance company for this product called the IUL. They were killing it with annuities and life.
I never hear about Aviva anymore.
Yeah, because they were bought out. It's a different company name today.
Gotcha.
Which, but by the way, let's stick to Aviva.
I'm familiar.
And one day, everybody gets a call and says, hey, have you noticed they're no longer taking as many policies as they were? Now, this is people that told me. I never did business with Aviva, but this is like 50 people told me this. I said, no, why? What happened? He says, it seems like, they're no longer taking underwriting like they did. Because they used to, I submit 50 clients like this. They accepted all 50 of them. But the last 10 clients I submitted like this, they're no longer taking it. What the hell is going on here? So then from the outside, word got out that they controlled the knob. And the knob is underwriting. Underwriting is we will take a client at this level and we will not take a client at this level. So you just simply control the knob. But in insurance, you make money when you no longer take premium, meaning it takes 7 years for an insurance policy to be profitable to the insurance carrier. So it's not a short-term play, it's a long-term. That number you hear about is typically 7 years. Okay. So if they have to control the knob and say, ooh, here's where we're going to go, great. I don't mind if Aviva has that knob to control. I worry if the government controls that knob. Because if Aviva controls that knob, guess what? There's 50 other insurance companies I can go to. Yeah, it's going to be disruptive. Yeah, it's going to be annoying. Yeah, I can't believe you did this. Yeah, and they did some stuff that was very shady, but they control the knob. We went to another insurance company. You can go, I'm going to go to this insurance company. Great. And we interviewed with them. We went to a different insurance company. And the guys that were there at that time, they said, yep. Who left to another company said that actually happened. That's what we were going through. So I would still much rather keep this on Facebook than put this on the government. Because all it takes is one guy to come in, and he knows it, like what you talk about with what Obama did with IRS, one guy to come in, forget about it. Forget about it.
Yeah, it's game over.
Forget about it. So think about it right now. We're talking, all of a sudden, it starts doing the spinning thing, and the video is not going, and boom, podcast taken down. You can have this types of conversation.
Buffering.
How many people today, this thing's going to end up getting, say, 80,000 views, let's just say, give or take, 80,000, 100,000, just this podcast. The short clips, say, gets 1 million views, okay? Total, this thing gets 1.5 million views, total, with short clips. How many people you think you shifted their mindset? How many people do you actually think out of the 1.5 million you got them to think and go home and talk to their husband, their wives, their kids, their friends, their peers, their coworkers? How many people have their mindset been shifted by listening to this podcast?
If just one, it's worth
Shifted? You mean
Shifted.
changed?
No, shifted like to the point where, I got to tell you, I was listening to podcasts today, and the guys were talking about this. And this bodybuilder, Phil Heath, I don't know him. Yeah, but this guy's 17. Oh, no, I know who he is. Okay. And they were talking with this other guy named Jordan Adams said this, and they were saying this. And I got to tell you, I'm wondering, what do you guys think about this? Because so then it's like, you know what? I'm having a hard time believing this now. And then that conversation goes to one person, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 50, 100, 200. That's shifting mindset. You're getting people to start questioning certain things. How many people out of the 1.5 million you think are thinking right now? And they're shifting, their mindset's being shifted. What do you think? What do you think that number is? I actually want you to think about this. Kai, what do you think that number is?
1,500.
1,500. Okay. What do you think that number is? You want like 0.01% type of a deal.
Yeah, whatever you're going to set the over-under at, I'm taking the under.
Okay. So you're going to say less than 1%.
Whatever you're going to set the over-under is,
Yeah.
I'm taking the under.
Okay. So can you, instead of being so technical, gambler from Vegas, give us a number? 1%, 0.5%?
Well, if there's any indication of what's going on in our country, we use these stats all the time that 45% of people are going to vote Democrat, 43 are going to vote Republican, 3% are going to vote Libertarian, and then there's maybe 10%
You're right.
that are changeable.
You're right.
Okay.
So what percent?
So 10%. If that.
Great. I'm going to go lower. Let's just say 50, let's just say 10,000 people. Let's say 1,000 to 10,000 people.
Yeah.
Say it's 1,000
Single
people.
digits.
Let's say it's 1,000 people. Say it's 1,000 people. You know what 1,000 people leads to? 1,000 leads to 10,000 to 100,000 very quickly. It's conversations you had that leads to ... But imagine if you can't have those conversations anymore.
Yeah.
Where's the
Compound
influence?
interest.
So that's why I don't want that button to be controlled by the government. I just don't.
That's a great point. And to be honest, I really don't even care about changing people's minds. I just want them to start questioning what they are being told. I want them to. Just
shifting mindset, not changing minds,
but just have the freedom to do it.
Yeah, just question. Like, you know what, man?
Just be inquisitive.
Like David, you over there? You awake, bro? When you,
yeah, I'm listening.
When you first came in, right? You're a little younger. You're in a demographic. I'm sure that you had a mentality, or I'm sure that you had an opinion of capitalist or whatever before you came here. And now 6 months later, has that opinion changed at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'd had like a vague understanding of everything, just kind of what you see online. But now, obviously, being more immersed in it and seeing you guys discuss it day to day, it's definitely changed my opinion on a lot of things, and I see things through a different sort of glass.
I think just humanizing different perspectives is the most important thing. Like we are more and more we're driven, and maybe it's because like what she said on 60 Minutes, Facebook is trying to do this. These people are libtards, these people are idiots, these people are maggots, these people, right? And it's humanizing somebody with a different perspective is an incredibly important thing, because we are so much more alike than we are different. All right, even me and you, Cammie, me and you are so much more alike than we are different, right? But
I think he's talking to Kamala Harris. I think Gerard just stepped out of his comfort zone. and
she's
started
staring
talking.
at me. She's looking right at me. But
And
dude,
she's agreeing
She's
with
giving
you.
that little.
again, man. I hate how manipulated we are in this moment. I hate feeling manipulated, and I hope other people are recognizing that manipulation. They don't have to agree. They can disagree, but I want them to recognize the manipulation. That's my goal more than anything else.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.